This email is titled, "Do we even like each other, comma, ...
Oh, man.
I think they meant 5 dots. I'm not picking on them for their typo. I just noticed it because I also send emails and I'm like, oh, fuck me.
They're like, pause. Pause.
Oh, was that meant as a breath? Do we even like each other? ... All right. Good Sunday morning to you both. My wife, 51, and I, 56, have had very huge arguments recently. And the guidance I have prescribed is obviously not the right one. I want to shower her in gifts and adoration, smother her in affection and love. She wants neither. She wants to know if we even like each other. That's two different, like y'all ain't even at the same baseball game.
Right, but he covers 3 love languages in one shot. So how would she not feel like they like each other?
So he wants to shower her in gifts. So
Yep,
he wants to be a
one.
gift giver. He wants to show her affection and love.
Right.
So physical touch.
And then admiration, words of affirmation.
Right.
So how can you be nailing 3 out of 5 and still be questioning whether or not you guys like each other?
Those aren't her love language, and she just feels that he's suffocating.
Yeah.
What if her love language is acts of service? Like that's how she receives love, and it's not like constantly hearing, I love you, you're amazing. I do that. Is that too much for you?
No, but I still think that regardless of how you experience your love language and the way that you receive that, I still think that you can't be that oblivious to the other 3. Like if this is happening and you see that your person is constantly telling you you're awesome and buying you shit and like touching you and trying to be physical, you got to feel at least some like they're obsessed with me, at least that, you know?
Right. Do you think that could be her way of saying, I'm trying to figure out if I still love you, and I'm just trying to say maybe we need to figure out if we still like each other?
I think that's a lot more accurate.
Oh, man. Okay. In 1996, we were married. My third, her first.
Couldn't see the record light and I almost had a heart attack. We're good. It's recording. Sorry.
My mind went like, oh, yes, karma from the Matrix interview.
Are you kidding me? You know how easy it would be to edit one camera? I'll shut my shit off right now.
That's also an intrusive thought. I don't want that for you. No, we don't behave that way. We don't think that way. Would there have been a little bit of satisfaction there? Yeah, a little bit. But I'm not going to be there be like, fucker. Like, wanna...
Well, the Matrix thing wasn't my fault.
I know.
Okay. The camera error.
It corrupted and shit, yeah. I'm not that person. I just want to clarify. Okay. That was just the thought. And I'm not disassociating, distancing myself.
You are being petty spaghetti in your brain. It's okay.
Yeah, my brain is definitely petty. Sometimes my brain and I are just like fucking getting it, like catfight. And my brain is just constantly like 16-year-old me.
If you guys are artists and you would like to create fan art for us, we need a caricature of petty spaghetti. We don't have one.
We don't.
I think that she should be a person.
Okay.
Petty spaghetti should be a person so that when we have these moments, we can just petty spaghetti.
Yes. And I do have a request. Don't make it like a spaghetti monster. If you guys have seen Inside Out, all of the emotions, like they look like people, but they're the color of their emotion. I want petty spaghetti to look like a character, but still give off the, oh, I can tell she's okay.
She needs a Karen haircut. Just saying.
I'm seeing Medusa, but petty spaghetti.
I need to,
like her estranged cousin.
I need the super power version of I need to speak to your manager.
There needs to be a pumpkin spice latte and her phone recording someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to post this on my TikTok. Wait till my followers hear about this.
All 6 of them.
We had that happen in the tattoo shop.
Yes,
that was pretty funny to me. I have 200,000 people on TikTok. Wait till they hear about this.
Yeah.
We have between us 1.8 million followers on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And I could not imagine telling somebody, wait until my followers hear about that.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
No. I will say, oh my God, this was such a dope interaction. I can't wait to tell everybody on TikTok about that.
Right.
You're about to fucking be on a podcast. Like,
I just shared that dog bite video that Dakota made.
that was pretty dope to
It
watch.
was like, this is my dog trainer, guys.
Yeah.
If you're into this, go follow him. Like,
his wife has been sending me update photos and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. So back into the email. In 1996, we were married. My third, her first. Prior to her, I had a heavy drinking and drag racing problem. Not exactly the healthiest combination of habits. Before getting married, I caused her to suffer 2 of my drinking instances and put me out of my life entirely. They were hugely embarrassing events for the both of us. She was who and what I wanted to dedicate my life to, and I did not need the other. Clean for over 30 years now.
oh, wow.
Good for you. There's a lot to say in that. Like, men do a lot of things to escape life.
Yeah.
And he was willing to give up his escape in life because he loved her. She was more important than his escape from all of his fucking misery in life.
Giving up drag racing is harder than giving up alcohol.
Yeah. Why?
Alcohol has a physical addiction to it.
But you get the adrenaline from
But and alcohol is a depressant. It makes you feel bad. So I believe it's easy. I mean, obviously, I have kicked alcohol. I have not kicked my need for speed. There's an adrenaline rush that comes with that. And like, there's a stress relief that comes with it. And there's a lot of money that goes into that. But there's with alcohol, if you're an alcoholic and you're only getting drunk, it's not the same thing as the levels of cars.
Mm-hmm.
You have a love for cars, you have a love for racing, you have a love for engines, you have a love for interior. Like,
I
that
can
car
see that.
hobby is so much deeper than just getting drunk.
Yeah. And if that's something like he did with his dad, for example, like he
Right.
grew up on that shit, I could see that.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's going to be people correcting me over all of that, but I don't give a shit. I think that it's more layer faceted than
It goes deeper.
alcoholism.
A few years after getting married, we relocated out of our state for her employment to a state I considered to be heaven on earth. Almost immediately, we got pregnant. She, not on the job long enough for benefits, and me, unemployed. Still, we're happy and trudging forward. Before our son was born, my Superman, my father, was diagnosed with cancer. Our son was not even 2 years old, and it was devastating to me. Not properly employed, baby in the house, and my only advisor gone. I failed my family many times on the financial front, but the worst is yet to come. I finally became properly employed, and I have great pay for the time. Became super confident in our future, took advantage of it, and spent money like nobody's business. Cars, gym membership, supplements. My wife was right there beside me. She wanted me to be happy, and I took full advantage of her. The one thing I couldn't have was her physical touch the way I wanted it. I had an affair and moved out. Regretted it from the moment that I did it.
I don't understand. If they were there doing the marriage thing and it was like a power couple, how could you not have the physical touch the way you wanted it? Are you saying like she was not into you? Was she using you for money? Was there a kink there? Like that, you can't just say something like that and move past it. I need to know why.
Right.
Especially if there's an affair.
Right. He said, my wife was right there beside me. She wanted me to be happy. So she was going above and beyond to make sure he had what he wanted. The one thing I couldn't have was her physical touch the way I wanted it. So like you said, was it a kink? Was there something she was uncomfortable with doing? Was there something you were just expecting her to know that you wanted and never communicated and grew resentful?
Right. There's a whole lot of information that needs to be.
There's a lot there, yeah.
Not saying that excuses the cheating.
Right. It does not.
But it leads to those things, especially if the conversations aren't being had.
There's a why to everything. If you stop asking why and just go, you're a bad fucking person because of what you did.
Right.
That's hive mind thinking to me. That's dangerous.
Right. There's no accountability there. There's no growth. Right.
Right. I want to know the why to everything. Oh, you unalived somebody? Why? Like, what in your mind made you think that was okay? We ask criminals that. Why did you do that?
They were asking me too many questions.
True.
See what I just did there?
Heard. I was going to ask if you'd like a coffee, but I'll just grab one. Excuse me.
It's funny. It reminds me of Young Guns.
Yeah.
I killed a man. Why? He was hacking on me. And they're like, oh.
Was hacking me.
That's the way they said that they apologized to Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
Sorry, Billy, we're just hacking on you. What'd you do anyways? He's like, I killed somebody. And they're like, why? And he's like, they was hacking on me, like joking on him, like making fun of him.
You were okay. You try and make me the butt of your joke. Oh, I had something I wanted to start this podcast with, and I just remembered it because of the butt of the joke comment. And we're in the middle of an email, and I can't go on this tangent.
Sure you can.
We
can always go back to the email. It's in writing.
Thank you for allowing me to be myself. So I was scrolling TikTok as one does, and I have noticed an increase of videos of either it being a man or a woman texting their significant other after they've walked out of the house or they backed out of the driveway, gotten out of the car to go into whatever they're dropping them off for, and saying, I just dropped them off, babe, on my way.
You're seeing an increase of that? So
As
that
a
joke
prank.
is returning again,
Yes, as a prank. And I saw one this morning. I don't know the account. I don't know the couple. I don't know if they play pranks on each other. He sent the text message as she was walking into the gym. And he sat in his car waiting to get her reaction. And she came back out of the gym and got back into the car. And she was like, I'm not working out today. And he was like, what do you mean you need to work out? And she was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going to spend today with you. And they had this back and forth. And he was like, no, you need to go work out. She's like, you really want me to go work out like that bad? And he was like, yeah. She's like, then come in with me. And he was like, no, doing the back and forth. And like, you can see it on her face, like the panic and the what's happening, trying to contain her anger and all of that. And I was going to leave a comment and say, I understand this is a prank. This is a joke. I would end my relationship over this.
You should have stitched that.
I saved it. I might.
That's how all this got started for us, was stitching videos.
It
like
was.
that. You absolutely should stitch that.
I still do. That's a lot of my content now. I kind of moved away from posting things from the podcast, and I'm
have.
starting to just create my own content again. I was gonna leave that comment and include, I'm not a joke.
Right. The relationship shouldn't be either.
Like me as a wife, I am not a joke. Our marriage is not a joke. Our relationship is not going to be the punchline of whatever prank you're trying to make. No, thank you. I understand that there are people who, in 6 months, this is going to be absolutely hilarious.
It's not, though.
It's not. Like, you're going to tell that story to somebody and they're going to be like, oh, ah, ha, ha, ha. And then they're going to be in the car after that dinner or whatever and go, if you ever do that to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That seed being planted as a joke or not will never be forgotten. You are sowing seeds of distrust, and it's going to always remain in your relationship when you do that shit.
All of the anxiety and trauma and things that I have worked through in the past and the things that I have to currently overlook now because it's a me problem. I receive that text message. Everything I've ever thought over the years is valid.
Yep.
I'm going to question everything going forward. I can't trust you being on your phone. I can't trust you being out of the house for more than 2 hours. Like, it would shatter everything.
Yep. You know what I'm getting a lot of?
What?
Cat videos.
I love that.
And dog videos and people getting hurt, which is awesome for me.
Yeah.
I finally saw a prank that I thought was actually funny.
Okay.
And I would never do it because it would make the house smell really bad. But somebody put fart spray in the Myers squirt bottle and made a mess in the kitchen. And the wife walked in and saw the mess and was like, what the F? And like started screaming. Go ahead, get it out.
You're good.
She grabbed the Myers bottle and she's like, and like she smelled it and it got worse. And like she went over to the sink and she was like dry heaving. And I was thinking to myself, like, that's fucking savage because that fart spray is bad. Like, it is fucking bad.
We'd be staying in a hotel for the week.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle the smell in the house. My
Yeah.
nose is so sensitive, but like that kind of shit's funny because you're not hurting anyone.
Right,
It's just a stink.
You're not emotionally damaging somebody. You're not
Right.
shattering trust. You're not violating somebody's body.
Yep. I think I would still be pretty mad if somebody did that.
My
to me.
nostrils would be offended.
Yeah.
How
But-
dare you force me to have my nostrils penetrated by that scent?
Right. But I can watch that and laugh at that
Oh, yeah,
instead of
'cause it's
being
not me.
disgusted by it. Right. Whereas when I see those other videos
Yeah.
where people are joking about cheating and mistreating their people, like,
Right.
did you see what we're being tagged in a lot right now with the bodybuilder guy? He's not really a bodybuilder. Dude's super out of shape, but they're advertising him as a bodybuilder. And he's got to eat like 30 meals and she's got to make them all. And then she's got to clean the kitchen, and like they have all this back and forth, and it's supposed to be, it's some TV show. But everybody's like, I'd love to get your opinion on this. And I'm like, I have no opinion on it. TV shows like this are scripted.
Yeah, I don't watch TV. You know, I fucked around and started watching that new Kardashian show on Hulu. They are so out of touch with everything in reality. Ugh, it's insane to me.
Yeah.
And it's all scripted. It is, oh, we need to refilm that, place that back in there. You can tell,
Hey,
especially with
this.
especially with the children.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it again. You can tell when it's been repetitive. The excitement's not there. Whatever. My last comment on that prank video with the cheating text message. As I was typing out that comment, I was like, how would I react? Like, I'm walking into the gym. This text message was just sent to me. I don't know that it's a prank. I would continue my workout. I want to walk outside. I would put my phone away and I would process what the fuck I just read. And I would do my workout and I would get into the car and it would be a conversation of, you better have a really good fucking explanation of this. And the answer, it's a prank for TikTok. You fucked up.
There's not a really good explanation.
There is not.
Right.
But the answer, it's a prank for TikTok for views. No, thank you. You can do that with whatever TikTok influencer who is okay with faking content like that. I'm good. Any final thoughts on anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So back into the email. I had an affair and moved out. Regretted it from the moment that I did it. Suffered my commitment to another woman in agony for over a year. The entire time, my wife is begging for my love and attention. My embarrassment and shame would not allow me to just go home. Job lost, financially broken, and destitute. I accepted her offer to come home. It was the same heaven as it was when we were first married. 2 years ago now, she lost her mother to cancer. It was very tragic and a trying time for the entire family.
I have to pause you. So they got over the cheating and the infidelity and managed to make things work, and it just went right back to the way it was?
I guess.
Can you read that again?
Okay. I'm going to read the whole paragraph.
Oh, that's fine.
I failed my family many times on the financial front, but the worst is yet to come. I finally became properly employed, and I have great pay for the time. Became super confident in our future, took advantage of it, and spent money like nobody's business. Okay, so I'm going to pause. She got with him when he was an alcoholic, unemployed, doing drag racing. And she was floating the bill for everything. Working. Became pregnant, was still working after the baby was born because, as he said, he was unemployed. He got a job, got some big money. I'm going to leave it. Money.
You're just making it PG-13, babe. Good job.
Yeah,
You was intentional. It was intentional.
Got some big money. And he suddenly had an affair.
Yeah.
Like, he had all this money, all of the success. He was probably doing fantastic in his field of work. He's working out. He looks probably great because he has a gym membership. He's buying cars, probably has some really nice fucking cars. He's getting attention from women. He gave in to his sin.
Yeah. There's, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm reading a book called The Four Agreements, and it is not a religious-based book, but he brought up sin in it. And he said, to be impeccable is to not sin. And he completely removed the religious aspect of it and just brought in the moral aspect of it. And to sin is to do something that is morally against yourself. So when you don't have yourself as a priority and you're doing things to your detriment, you're sinning. Does that make sense?
In the way he means it, yes.
Yes. So that's what I mean by fucking sin. Like, he had everything going for him that people dream of. A woman who's going to stand by their side no matter what. Fucking Jelly Roll and Bunny. She was making bank when she met him.
Yep.
And he made a promise to her and he went through with it. I'm going to start fucking crying. Not going to cry. And he threw it away.
Yeah.
And now I can understand why she's like, do we even like each other?
Right. I want to know the I still want to know the physical aspect.
Yeah.
I want to know what caused that.
Okay. So took advantage of it and spent money like nobody's business. Cars, gym membership, supplements. My wife was right there beside me. She wanted me to be happy, and I took full advantage of her. The one thing I couldn't have was her physical touch the way I wanted it. I had an affair and moved out, regretted it from the moment that I did it. Suffered my commitment to another woman in agony for over a year, and the entire time my wife is begging for my love and attention.
Okay, so she's trying to get him to come home.
Yeah.
So she forgived him before he actually...
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he was even back.
Right.
And for a year, he was like, no, no, no. And she was like, just, I love you, please.
That's wild.
And she got him back, and she's recognizing that he did too much damage.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know the rest of the email, but that's...
Hypothetically. If I were her in that mindset, if I was that woman, right? I am head over heels for you. And when I met you, this might be hard to believe for some people, but you were a bigger asshole than you are now.
Oh, I'm still an asshole. I'm just not that way towards you.
Right. But during our dating phases, there were definitely moments where I was like, okay, like clearly this is not what he wants. And
in our dating phase.
Yeah, in our dating phase.
Yeah.
And I could see in the moments that you did want it. And I could understand that you were having a hard time in life.
Yeah.
And people do nasty things when they're miserable.
Hurt people hurt people.
So I just continued pouring my love into you. If I were this woman and I did that for you and this amazing come up, we now have money. You have your fucking dream car, like you're doing the thing. And then I find out that you were cheating on me and you left. And I beg you a year to come back home. In my mind, I'm envisioning what we had before that happened.
Right.
Like I'm picturing that come up that we poured love into each other. We made a family. Like we did the fucking thing. We made money together. We were living the fucking life. Like built the empire. Nothing is ever the same once it's broken.
Right.
And I think that's what she's realizing. So that's what I said. I'm putting myself in her shoes and hypothesizing.
Okay, so knowing that they had a rough thing because he was an addict and he did all the things that he was doing before the infidelity or the affair and the breakup, they know that they can troubleshoot and problem solve and get through things.
Right.
So maybe in her mind that she thought this was just something they can get over. Or maybe she just loved him that much that she was willing to overlook the fact that he did the shit. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was a kink, pure hypothetical.
Right.
And she knew that he needed to just get it out of his system and accepted it. I love you enough that you did this and I just don't want to hear about the details. I can get over this. And that happened. Mm-hmm. Maybe something else is going to happen that is unforgivable to her. We don't know,
man.
but like,
yeah,
there's a lot to process in that.
There is a lot.
And like having, I don't think that people who have perfect relationships in the beginning are going to last.
I agree.
There should be trials and there should be things that have to be worked through. And there should be things that you're going to see the dark side of a person, especially before you move in with them. You don't know somebody until you've seen that side of who they can be. Mm-hmm. Like you really don't. I don't know.
Yeah, looking back on our dating phase, if I wasn't strong enough to deal with the things that you were going through that bled into our life, I would not be able to deal with our marriage.
Yeah. Our marriage is way easier than our dating phase.
It is. I mean, there's not the stressors that were happening and life is definitely different.
Yeah.
But things are coming from different ways and affecting us differently. And
I guess it's different for me because the depression's not there.
Yeah.
I haven't been depressed in a long time. I've had one day here and there. But,
where it flares up.
Yeah, but it's a day. Like I wake up the next morning and I feel good, or I'll take a nap. I'm like a child. You give me a little bit of nappy nap and I wake up and it feed me. I'm fucking good to go.
You need a Snickers bar.
Right. I turn into a diva without that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but that's not the same as it was because the last real stint of depression lasted 6 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, I don't feel good. It was like 45 ACP sound like I'm going to taste real good right now. And that was my mentality every fucking day of my life for 6 years.
For 6 years.
So, and you caught the ass end of that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I caught the fallout of that.
Yeah. Well, you knew me.
The balloon popped.
Right. Because you knew me while I was dealing with it.
Yes.
It is what it is.
I'm proud of the man you are.
I'm proud of the man I am.
You should be.
I'm doing everything that I believe a man is supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I think you are a really good man. I think you're doing right by like man law.
Yeah.
Man.
The Way of the Gentleman.
Way of the Gentleman.
If I ever wrote a book, that would be the name of it.
Yeah.
Or The Art of the Gentleman.
I like that.
Yep.
I think you're also a very good godly man.
Yeah.
I appreciate about you, yeah. Oh, fuck me. I just have to get through it. There are times where I feel so insecure in myself and like the anxiety kicks in and I start to question like, am I good enough? Specifically to be in this marriage and to be with you and to have what we have and all of that. And in those moments, like I lean really heavy on my faith and I lean really heavy on the fact that you have your faith. And I believe you when you say that you're a godly man and that we are doing this together, not just in life, but like in the spiritual aspect. So yeah, it really means a lot to me that I can trust you when you say that you are that person.
I hate that you cry.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. And I hate that my voice gets like this.
Yeah.
I wish I could stop it. I find it so funny. I have never met somebody who is like me with crying. And my aunt is just like this.
Is she?
She is. When we were walking through the studio, she's like, damn it, I told myself I'm not going to cry. And she's like, I need a second. And like, she has to gather herself and then continue talking.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to gift her some hankies. Do you have any other questions from that paragraph?
Mm-mm.
All right. So my embarrassment and shame would not allow me to just go home. Job lost, financially broken and destitute. I accepted her offer to come home. It was the same heaven as it was when we were first married.
So things went back to the way they were.
Yeah, it sounds like he's unemployed again, doesn't have any money, and is depressed.
He said it was the same heaven, though.
Right. It would make me feel like shit as a woman if you just came crawling back to me the same broken man you were because you know that I'm going to lift you back up.
Yeah.
Like you could have came back when everything was fucking great.
Could have not left when everything was fucking great.
Yeah. The best option.
It's crazy to me how people can get to that point and squander it.
Yeah. It blows my mind that people they start at rock bottom, gain something, get attention and throw it all away just to go back to where they were and recognize they fucking had it all.
Yep.
2 years ago now, she lost her mother to cancer. It was a very tragic and trying time for the entire family. Many times late in the night, I was called to lift Mom off the floor where she had fallen. I would lift her from the bed to the couch so she could sit with everyone. Every night before leaving, I kissed her on the forehead and said to her, I love you. I do miss that woman. Fast forward to now, my wife says she needs time to figure out if we even like each other. I'm being told that there will be no I love you, no compliments, and no physical touch. We just need to see if we like each other. Typical man, self-esteem is shot, craving physical touch and wondering why she puts up with my crap. As I can profess my liking of her, she is my favorite person. Is it possible for me to become the person she needs me to be? I've never seen myself as being worthy of her or her gifts. Even if I made a spectacular event in her honor, I would tear myself down on the details I forgot.
I'm going to pause you.
Well, that's it.
He's playing the victim. This is a pity me post.
I agree with that.
You know that at one point you were the man that she needed to be.
Yeah.
She even brought you back after you cheated on her because she believed that you were that man. So what have you done since then to prove that you're not that man? Because you did something.
I was going to say, is it possible for me to become the person she needs me to be? So you've never thought that you were good enough for her, and it shows.
Right.
Because you treated her like it.
He said that, though. Like, he admitted, I never thought I was good enough for that woman.
Right. Yeah.
But if you believe that, then why didn't you work harder to be that? Right? Like, you set a standard.
He didn't say that.
Yeah. He just said that. Like,
I've never seen myself as being worthy of her or her gifts.
Right. That's him not being worthy of her.
Right.
That whole thing to me doesn't make sense. Even if Yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me. This whole thing is a pity me thing. It's a pity party. You did something. And you sent us an email and you admitted to infidelity. You admitted that she took you back and everything was great, but you didn't tell us what's happened since then.
Right.
Because something's fucking happened. A woman doesn't go, please come home. Let's make this right. I want to be with you. I love you. And then all of a sudden be like, fuck you. I don't even know if I like you anymore.
Right.
That's such a hot and cold extreme that it doesn't just happen.
Right. There was a mile mark.
There's catalysts, absolutely catalysts happening all through there. That's pushing her to that point. Are you not working? Is she taking care of you now? Did she see who you were actually capable of being? And then you realize that it's easier to just fucking
be lazy,
be taken care of and to be a workless? Are you addicted again? Like, is there addiction happening? What has happened? Are you overcompensating, trying to make up for the fact that you fucking did her dirty and there's a guilt there in you that you can't get past and you're a different person because of it? Something happened.
Right.
That's a pity me email. This is somebody looking for us to be like, you're going to be okay. And to give you ideas of how you can try to woo your woman.
I'm going to be honest, you probably lost her.
Yeah. You did something. So be honest. When you send an email, be fucking honest with us. Don't give us half the story. Give us all of it.
Her fight for her family was strong.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. If I were her and the man that I was married to decided to walk away to be with another woman, you would never hear from me again. I would accept that you made your choice. And I now am going to have to live life for me and our son.
Like go ahead.
You're fine.
I wonder if the mother being alive had something to do with the reconciliation between the two of them.
Like her mom was saying,
that's your
like
husband,
encouraging her.
You're married. You're supposed to be in this no matter what, for thick and thin, till the end. You guys said vows to each other. Like that old school mentality may have been a thing. And that old school guidance not being there anymore could be a problem.
She could be recognizing that I never wanted this and I only did this because my mom pushed it.
Could be. Could be. There's a whole lot of a deeper thing there.
Yeah, if her mom was super religious, I could see how that influence could be there.
So what we would like to see happen is you to get your woman to send us an email. That would be the ideal scenario in this. Or send us another one and be fucking honest and tell us exactly what happened, because there's a whole lot of missing information there.
Right.
I would like to hear from the woman. Hey, for you guys who are actually listening to us, if you want to send us video content that we can react to, that would be super fucking dope. Especially if you can get you and your woman, or your woman and your man, however you guys want to word that, or your people, your person together, and say, these are the problems that we're having, and like give us a back and forth. We can react to those comments or those videos. I think that would be a lot more enjoyable for people on YouTube than emails. Or you can fucking write the email, read the email to us on the video, and then give your thoughts as you're going through it, because that could also help.
Yeah, there'll be follow-up context and, I didn't think of this.
Right. Just a thought.
Yeah. Actually watching things play out versus reading it will also help me understand the environment of the household.
Yeah, that's been very helpful for us. The problem with that is people don't like to see their ugly side posted on the internet. Yep. If you got security cameras in your house and it picks you guys up arguing and you guys really want to break down and you both agree to it, send that shit.
I'm going to be honest. I would do whatever it takes to save our marriage, even if that means I look like a complete asshat on the internet.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's going to be one dope ass come up story. 5 years, look back and say, yeah, that was us. And we've changed everything. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that, found it entertaining, funny, or even learned something you didn't know before, share it. And if you're not subscribed, why aren't you? And for those of you who want to support us, get access to exclusive content and live streams, we do have a Patreon. All the links are in the description.